Good morning and welcome to Stivers Homestead. I'm Zach. I don't know if it feels like it to you or not, but we have been gone for a while. And I'm here to tell you where we've been and what's happening. So last time you all saw us, we had just wrapped up our pressure cating class and we were having an unwinding moment, relaxing and getting ready for the week ahead. Because we had a big week, because if you remember or not, we're heading to Maryland next week for a wedding for our awesome friends, Melissa and Tyler. So that meant this week was gonna be a busy work week. I didn't work out the way it planned. Jen and I had mentioned to you all that my grandmother was in the hospital. Well, Saturday night, we decided it would probably be best to go visit because we did not want the chance to pass by us and us be in Maryland and us not to get a chance to see her one more time. So we went to Frankfort. Hello, Dolly. You miss me? You miss me? Some nosy goats. Quick little backstory. About a month ago, my truck started having a whining sound when I would let off the gas and we would deaccelerate. So figured out that was the bearings in the rear axle going out. The truck's 2013. It's one of those things that after time, and you know, it's a farm truck. We haul a lot of things, put a lot of work on this bad boy. They started going out. Thankfully, we caught it really early and were able to get into a shop to get the bearings fixed. I say kinda, because as soon as we got off the interstate on the ramp in Frankfort, it started sounding like it was going to explode. The bearings, in some form or fashion, got worse. Or it came loose or something. Whatever that our guy did, it came apart. And that wasn't good. So our plan was to only stay in Frankfort one night. We was gonna get there, we was gonna go see Nanny, we was gonna rest, see some family, wake up, see Nanny one more time, head back to Barbourville. Well, that one day ended up being about 5 days. After several attempts to find a mechanic to take my truck on to work on it, nobody would. It was too complicated, or they didn't want to tackle it because somebody else had already tried to work on it and they weren't that person, so they didn't want to try it. So I ended up trying to find a place to buy a truck. We ended up getting one, thankfully. It's one of the blessings out of this story. There's more to come. So we had a 1500 Dodge Ram and we were starting to max that thing to the limits with the towing that we were doing between cattle, our campers, stuff like that. We needed something bigger. So we had already planned that we were going to get a 2500 or 3500 in the near future. We were just rushed to make that decision. But it really worked out well. We got a truck that we're very happy with. But the best part of this was we got to be with Nanny all week. We were there at the hospital every day. We got to spend a lot of quality time with her and kind of understand the situation that she's been in and what needed to change. The legend himself, I don't know what I would do without him. Old Jeddo held the farm down while we were abruptly gone. So if you remember correctly, we hired Jed. And it couldn't have came at a better timing because I feel like our lives have been full chaos. And if it wasn't for him being here, these animals would be very neglected.
It was a week of combat. Turkeys, chickens on the porch.
Kind of losing control, but we're getting there. We're getting it back.
Not sure who's winning.
Yeah, not sure who's winning. So get the truck taken care of. By the way, if you're in the Kentucky area, I don't care how far you are, go to Shelbyville Chrysler Dodge and ask for Chris. They're a great group of guys. They're actually where I bought my 1500 from, and I went back there and they were awesome. I had hit a couple dealerships closed. They were terrible, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going back to where I know is good, and they did me good once again. So if you are in that area, Shelbyville Chrysler and Dodge, ask for Chris. You won't regret it. Truck check, Jed holding the fort down check, then Nanny. So Nanny was in the hospital, and to our understanding, she was in the hospital under hospice care. Y'all know what hospice is. That's why we wanted to get up there so badly, to make sure that we had a chance to speak with her, be with her while she was still alert, because we didn't know how much time we had left. Well, there's quite the change that's coming to the homestead. Nanny's coming home. They're right there to spend her days on the farm. That's right, spending a week there. Started learning stuff. Hospital tried to kick her out. They weren't gonna give her long-term care at the hospital, and they weren't gonna give her a nursing home. And we didn't really want her to go back to the situation that she was in. So Mom, Jen, and I decided, let's bring her to Barbourville. Rusty!
Did you miss me?
Oh gosh, okay, slow down, you psycho.
I see your stick, I see it.
Nobody day. Shoo! If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm not just walking around shooting a video. I am doing things in between our clips. So we haven't been here. Got to get our bills paid. One of the funny facts of being on a farm, like our water meter is in our barnyard. So I have to go get the meter reads and call them when I pay my bill. I also give them the meter read. So things like that, what I'm doing, checking on stuff just because we haven't been here, making sure everything's okay. So far, so good. I'm in the garden now, so we'll see. Definitely looks like we were having some pressure on our radishes that we got going on here. And if I had to guess, it's those little meat chickens because they're getting out of their fence. So yeah, Nanny's coming home. We're super excited about it. We're gonna put her in front of the big window that we have in our living room. And we can't wait to love on her and take care of her and be there for her through these times. And maybe I should clarify, when I say Nanny, she's not like our maid. Her name is just always Nanny. She's my grandmother. And I lived with Nanny, my mom and I did, for 10 years of my life. So she was obviously very important to me, very involved in my life, and I hold a special place in my heart for her. Nanny's a woman that always took care of everyone. She was always there for literally anybody. I can't express that enough. Like anybody, Nanny would be there for you. She didn't care who she was. Her heart is just full of love and caring. And now, Jen, Mom and I, you know, we were talking, it's like, it's her turn. It is her turn to be taken care of like she did so well for us. And that was part of the decision of bringing her down here, just making sure that we could love her so much. And she loves Wyatt and Raylan, Jen and I's kids. Like, she was part of our lives when me and Jen were early parents. She was there anytime Jen needed her, and she and our kids bonded so well. And when we walked into that hospital, she lit up. She had missed us. You know, we lived two-ish hours away, and we hadn't been seeing her very much like we did in the past. And so when those kids walked in and she laid eyes on them, she was excited. And so now she gets to see them every day, and that's exciting. She'll get to see them do homeschool. She'll get to be able to hold their hand. She'll be able to talk to them, and that is amazing all in itself. Can't wait for her to be around. I'm very excited, you know, for hopefully as we get into the holiday times, her to be able to experience that here, because she's never even been to this farm. She's never even laid foot on it, because as soon as we moved, she started going downhill. Wasn't able to travel much. There's a bee. Wasn't able to travel much. Couldn't get down here, so now she's going to, and it's just going to be such an amazing time. Obviously, she's a loved one and she's sick, and as sad as it is to see someone you love so much starting to go downhill, it makes me at least feel good knowing that she's going to be so comfortable and so excited every day to have something fresh and something new and around so much love. I'm not saying that she wasn't beforehand, but it's just, it's a family that she hasn't got to be around very much, and I know she's gonna love every minute of that. So, moral of the story, we planned on working our tails off this week. Working it off, getting about 6 videos recorded, so when we're in Maryland next week, y'all have plenty of videos. We're still gonna try to do our best this weekend to get some shots, so you'll at least have a couple next week. But all of that, God said, nope, change of plans. All right, we decided to go for one day. Nope, change of plans. We're gonna break your car down and keep you there for 5 days. And it's all for a good reason, right? So the end result of all of this meant Nanny coming home. If we didn't come at all, wouldn't have happened. If we only went one day, probably wouldn't have happened. But we were forced to be there and enjoy that time with her, and that's what got us down to this decision. I'm just so happy. At the time, we didn't understand. Now we obviously do, like many times. So moral of the story, don't plan too hard. Go with life, roll with it. So y'all, I know our lives have been nuts. The videos have been nuts, and not like our regularly scheduled programs. But Jen and I don't plan videos, kind of like rolling with the punches. We don't have a schedule out. We don't know exactly what we're gonna do. We're filming you all whatever life throws us. And right now, life's throwing us family first. So we will get back to our regularly scheduled gardening, animal care, stuff like that. But most importantly, you're gonna see life, and you always are with us. Can't wait to show you all some of the stuff that's coming up. Again, like I said, next week we are going to be in Maryland on vacation with Melissa and Tyler to celebrate their wedding. We'll try to get some stuff out. Stick with us. After this week, I think, or after next week, I think things are going to calm down a little bit, which will be good, so we can get back to that normalcy. But other than that, y'all, if you're new around here, please hit the subscribe button. We love y'all from the depths of our heart. And we'll catch you on the next one.